Hi, guys. This is Ryan Hargraves, and I am the Director of Admissions at the University of Vermont. Thank you for joining us here for Live at 5. This series is an opportunity for you to learn more about what the University of Vermont has to offer through the perspectives of some members of our community. Today, we are very fortunate to be joined by distinguished faculty member Rasheda Weaver. Rasheda, I know you're very busy, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us today. But why don't we start with a bit of an introduction? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your path to University of Vermont.
So hi, everyone. I am Dr. Rasheda L. Weaver. I am an assistant professor of community entrepreneurship in the Department of Community Development and Applied Economics here at the University of Vermont. And I really came here by accident. I was having a conversation at a research conference with a faculty member that teaches here sometimes in Indiana. And she was just talking about how much she really loved working here and how collegial the faculty members are and how the students are great in Vermont, so beautiful. And then she said that there was a position, after talking to me, that she felt I would be perfect for. And I said, well, I'm not sure, because I was working and doing research out in New Jersey, and I said I wasn't sure if I wanted to take it, but then she convinced me to go on the interview. And when I came here, I was just blown away by a couple of really important things. One, Burlington is one of the most beautiful cities ever, but in the country. And two, as you're driving around Burlington, one of the things you notice is the words community. Many places, like on the businesses, on different kinds of organizations, the word community. And I'm interested in community development. That's one of my focuses. So I just really was drawn to that. And then the third thing was the faculty here just seem to really, really like each other. And you can work anywhere, but I was really drawn to the faculty here because it seemed like a really great environment to work in, and like everyone loved what they were doing, their research, their teaching. And so I was drawn to University of Vermont because of that, for those three things.
Awesome. Well, New Jersey's loss is Vermont's gain. We're so happy that you are here. So my first question actually is in regards to, you mentioned community entrepreneurship or social entrepreneurship. Tell us a little bit about that field. What does that entail?
So social entrepreneurship is the process of using business to combat social problems. And a social enterprise is the actual business itself. So I like to use the example of Newman's Own, because they're one of the most nationally recognized social enterprises. And Newman's Own is a for-profit business, but they donate 100% of their profits to different charities across the country. So that's what makes them a social enterprise. And community entrepreneurship, which is the focus of the Department of Community Development and Applied Economics, is really like how we use social enterprises to advance community development. So that's where we get the community entrepreneurship.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for that explanation. So I want to segue into your experiences or your time in the classroom working with UVM students. So tell us a little bit about your initial observations of students at the University of Vermont, and what type of student do you think would be a good fit here at UVM?
Leaders, leaders and forward-thinking, very progressive students. And my initial observation, so I've been here for 8 months, and I've taught now 4 classes over the last 2 semesters. And my initial observations of the students are that they're world changers. Really, they're world changers. They're students that actually believe that they can make a difference in the world, a positive difference in the world, and they're going to do it. And in our department, so I'll mention it again, Department of Community Development and Applied Economics. So that word applied is really, really important to our students. And pretty much all the courses I teach are service learning courses. So right now, some of my students are doing research out in different communities. I have a student that's doing research from here, but in South Africa. So we're very, very applied, and we're focused on equipping people with both knowledge, but also skills. We need both knowledge and skills in order to succeed in changing the world for the better. So those people that are interested in doing that kind of work, action-oriented people, positive people, people that want to advance community development. Those are students that are great for the University of Vermont in general, because really you see throughout the University of Vermont, when you're just walking around the hallways, you see people that are really interested in change, creating positive social change. That's what you see throughout the university, but especially in my department.
Awesome. And speaking of your academic work, you teach the pop-up enterprise course at the University of Vermont. So tell us a little bit about that course.
Yeah, so the course, one of the courses I teach is an award-winning course. It's called Introduction to Community Entrepreneurship. And in this class, we have basically, we develop a business and we run it for 4 weeks on campus. So the first half of the semester, students are learning about, theories regarding starting social enterprises and how they can influence community development. And towards the second half of the semester, which we're currently in right now, my students they now have businesses throughout campus that they're running around campus. And those businesses are called pop-up enterprises. So we want to give students this idea that you can literally launch your business, and throughout the course of running your business, you learn from trial and error. And it's really exciting. I currently have 108 students in the class, and we break them up into teams of 10. So there's 10 or 11 students in each for each business that they create. And they develop their own business ideas, and the revenue is the revenue that's generated from these businesses is donated to various charities. So one of the things we have in that class is Charity Week, where students literally go out throughout Vermont and they hop in cars and they go around and learn about different nonprofit organizations, and then they choose one that relates to a particular social mission that their social problem that they're interested in solving. Let's say environmental issues, and they'll work with a nonprofit organization that does work related to environmental issues. And then as they're running their business on campus, after the 4 weeks, they just donate all their revenue to that nonprofit organization. So the students from this class, they learn how to run a business. They learn how to collaborate with other organizations. They learn how to plan. They learn how to plan, use time management. They learn about teamwork. It's a really exciting class. And I really like it because, I just had a donut that one of my students made and is selling. We have like trail mix companies, we have button making companies, we have all kinds of things this semester. So it's always a fun class.
Yeah, let me know where I can find that donut making student. I'm definitely.
They're called Mason with a Mission. It's really good.
Oh, awesome. That sounds like a really good opportunity for undergraduate students who are interested in business and interested in making social change and impacting their community. So thank you for telling us about that.
Welcome.
We have kept you for quite a bit of time. I know you're very busy, so I'm going to ask one last question, and it's just a question so that the audience can get to know you a little bit better. So I know that you like to travel. So what is your favorite place to visit and or vacation?
So one of my favorite places to visit is Italy. I actually studied abroad in Italy when I was an undergraduate, and then I loved it so much. I literally cried on my ride home from to the airport. I literally cried because I didn't want to leave. It was just so beautiful. I studied in Florence, Italy, and it was just it was literally like walking in a painting. That's how beautiful it was. And the next year, I actually went back and I toured lots of different cities and towns throughout Italy. So that's pretty exciting.
Awesome. Well, as they say in Italy, grazie for that nugget there. So, well, thank you so much, Dr. Weaver, for your time. This has really been informative and fun, and I hope the audience has taken away as much as I have from this interaction. But thank you guys for joining us for this segment of UVM Live at 5. We'll be back with you soon. Until then, take care.